Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to day 18 of Stranger Things Giving. So, happy Monday, everybody. Happy start to the week. Yeah, I hope your weekend was good. I hope you did all sorts of fun, wonderful, amazing things. I hope you got to relax. If you worked, I hope you made it through your work weekend. Maybe you get to relax now, like me. Hope you get to do fun things if you are relaxing now. Yeah, so what are you guys up to? I am getting to record a little bit earlier. Definitely earlier than yesterday. Holy cow, I can't believe I was up that late. At least up that late recording. Like, I'm usually settling into bed that late. And I was just getting a head start on my morning, evening routine. Something like that. Yes, exciting things. Like today is the start of David's new job. So excited for him. He's probably got about another hour or so to sleep as we are speaking right now at this moment. Maverick's snoozing on the couch because he woke up and came downstairs when I got home tonight because I ended up going out to the movie with my friend Seth. And by the time I got home, David was in bed. But I told David that the movie we saw, which was, if you didn't tune in yesterday, was Heretic with, I wanted to say Heath Ledger again. It is, sadly, Heath Ledger did not come back from The Departed and do a new movie. Hugh Grant, which I have loved ever since I was a wee teenage Heather. Hugh Grant. Oh, I still love Hugh Grant. I love him so much. He's like a lot of people, I think, I don't know. Like, he's a really popular actor, but a lot of people I know don't have a lot of good things to say about him, I guess. Like, a lot of people I personally know don't like him. Maybe I just know the wrong kind of people. I don't know. Do you guys like Hugh Grant? I don't know. I think a lot of people have seen his interviews, and he has a very different sense of humor that I think a lot of people take seriously. And like, he is doing an interview the other day for this movie, and they were saying stuff like, I know you don't like to give other actors, accolades. I know you don't like for them to be honored. And he's like, oh, no, absolutely not. He's like, I want the spotlight on me. He was joking. He was joking. He wasn't. But I think people take him seriously because he's got a very serious tone when he's saying it. But he's got just dry humor. And I don't think some people appreciate that. But, I think he's so funny. I'm not saying he's like some super like charitous guy. He might be. I don't know the dude that well or anything like that. But yeah, I think that attitude can get a lot of different people in trouble, like myself included. I have a really dry sense of humor sometimes. And I know that has gotten me in trouble. Like, people think, even at work, like, people think I'm really serious. I get in trouble all the time. Not in trouble, but I mean, people don't know if I'm being sarcastic, even when I'm being like sincerely, like I'm trying to be nice or I'm trying to be funny, and they'll just look at me with this air of doubt, like like they're trying to figure it out. So I get that. I get you, Hugh Grant. Anyway, the movie was amazing. It was so good. It wasn't, for those of you who haven't seen it, I won't give away anything plot-wise, but I will say it wasn't your typical like horror movie that was like full of like, it wasn't like a like at the edge of your seat kind of, every turn was a boogeyman type of scary jump scare type of, if you're looking for jump scares everywhere, this is not your movie. But it was like a creep factor, give you something to think about, kind of like the horror was right here, kind of psychological thing. It was that kind of movie. So if you like those kind of movies, where you knew from the start who the bad guy was, and it was just like a ugh kind of thing. That's your movie. It was good. It was really good. Like I will say, from like one of his very first scenes, he's talking to these girls and he does this like, I can't even do it. I can't do it justice, but he does this, like they're talking in normal conversation that should just be normal between, you know, a couple people, and the camera really focuses on his eye, and it just does this like twitch thing, and right then, you know, like things are about to go very wrong. Like this conversation is not as normal and okay from his perspective as he may want you to think it is, you know, like those girls should get out of there. It's not okay. So it's a really good movie. But yeah, so I got to go see that, and then Seth's super busy all the time. So like he's my very bestest friend. Especially like here, because like I said the other day about needing to keep my circle small, like he's probably the very radius, just the very center of my circle. He's the most inward of the circle, I suppose. But yet I don't get to see a lot of him just because he's very busy. And like, I think even though I stay at home, like I keep myself busy here. So like, we just don't get to see each other that much. Sad face. But, so when we have a chance, you know, we keep in touch every day, but you know, as far as in person get to go do stuff, we don't. So when we do, we like to like prolong it. So like even when we like met up to share, we met up part way because he lives a different direction than me from the theater to share a ride. We still ended up just staying in the car and just like talking for like a while. So we hung out for a little bit, just chatting. And then, then I came home, crocheted, watched videos, you know, hung out with Maverick because he came downstairs pretty much straight away. And that's what I've been doing for the night. I worked on my squares, which I have to say, I'm not trying to sound full of myself, but I think I felt quite clever with the squares that I have to present to you today. But yeah, and before I go to bed, I plan to work on my snake, which I brought to show you finally. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, I was talking about yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that maybe over the course of a few days I've talked little bits about it. But like I'm always endeavoring to use up, you know, all of my scraps and not throw them away into like just where they're going to sit in the landfill, even little bits of scraps. But I don't want to like my house isn't cluttered with, you know, piles of the scraps that I cut off of stuff, but I do keep them in a jar, a tub, whatever this is called, a bucket. Because it was kind of like this little tradition that my mother-in-law always took them at the end of the year because she is a big amigurumi fan, like person. Can you see him? This little guy here, he is a knit hedgehog. He's made with the glittery faux furry stuff from Hobby Lobby. He's made with that. I have 3 of them. I have glittery him, I have a green one, and I have a purple one. Where are my other ones? I have ones on my desk out in the dining room. Maybe both of them are. And then this little guy is in here. Yeah, the other 2 must both be out there. And she went through quite a phase of these guys. But I love them. I mean, I'm not complaining. I loved them a lot. That's why I ended up with quite a few of them. Anyway, and she makes quite a few other things. Like up here I can't reach. I'm just kind of pointing which direction, but I have like a little dinosaur that she's made me. I have several teddy bears. Big amigurumi maker, right? She knits, and like these guys are knit. The dinosaur I was pointing to is crochet. I have a knit and a crochet teddy bear. She makes a lot of things. There's a children's hospital back in Chicago that she donates a lot to. She knows a doctor from there, so she's always donating stuff to there. So she had like a lot of yarn, and she's gone through almost all of it. So I'm always like trying to supply her, especially if I find a random ball or two of stuff that she really likes. Like I've gone through, I think, all of my, what is the Lion Brand stuff that she really likes? Comfy Cotton, and the same name, or the different name, but same stuff from Hobby Lobby. I can't think of it, but the ball and then the cake. I think I might have one colorway left that I super like, and I wanted to make some market bags out of. But she really liked that stuff, and I had a crap ton of it from the Hobby Lobby sale. Like, so much of it. And she ended up with pretty much all of it. Just over the years, the stuff that she's discovered that she liked, like if I have any of it, I ship it off to her. Like, she ended up with my Amazing lace. I didn't have much of that, but she ended up with that. I don't know, just different stuff. Anyway, you guys don't care about that, but yeah, just different stuff. And every year after I've amassed, because, you know, she's not going to want like, oh, I clipped 6 ends, here you go, you know. So I would save up, and like, here's the jar, so here's all my, you know, yarn ends, and then that way I could look like and go, oh, I remember what this is from, I remember what this is from, I remember what this is from, just like a little memory lane jar, you know, and then dump this in a bag and hand it off, you know, and here's some teddy bears worth of ends. And then for whatever reason, you know, reasons of her own, she's not using any yarn ends anymore. She's decided to use just polyfill. And I don't really make amigurumi. I make like 1 or 2 things, and then that's that. So I'm not, you know, specifically saving them for that. So what I decided to do, instead of just tossing these, because I don't know, like, honestly, if anybody out there said, hey, I want them, every year I would ship one of you guys these if you wanted them, because I just don't want them to go in a landfill. But I didn't have anything to do with them. And at the same time, once a ball of yarn gets to like this size, generally, unless I'm doing some scrap project like this, I don't have anything to do with it either. So what I've been doing is holding it double. Like right now, well, this white's almost at its end. And it really didn't matter the fiber either. Like, this is a wool and acrylic blend. This is acrylic. Because they're not getting washed, probably. If it is, it's hand washed. So I've been holding, you know, my random scraps double. And as I go, just tying in new ones. And making this guy. Here's his eyes. There we go. Here's his eyes. And it makes this little marled effect on him. But, you know, you can obviously see where I've tied in. Like, there's a black that I tied in. Here's a different green. I think, right, like, I think possibly this yarn was a much bigger ball than I thought, because I think it started right in here, maybe even from the beginning, and I've just switched the other colors. But I've left it loose enough for him to kind of coil up if, you know, if I want. But I'm just going to continue this. Like, if I can coil him eventually, if he's long enough eventually to start actually coiling, that's what I want to do. And I've been stuffing him with yarn ends. And he's just going to kind of be my yarn end collector, I think. And someday I'll put a tail on him. Maybe and start a new one or something. But, I mean, how long can I make him? I don't know either. We'll see. But he's just a head and eyeballs right now, and then he's going to be a really long body. Yeah. So that's my scrap holder project. He'll be fun anyway, someday. So I'll update you on what he looks like. Eventually he's going to be too big to keep on my desk, but I have 2 monitors, kind of, so I can game and watch YouTube when I want. And he stretches out right now across the 2 of those, but on my desk. And yeah, he's going to be too big for that eventually. I'll have to get an actual basket. Like I have a basket somewhere, but I have to get an actual basket, put him on the floor so he'll be like a snake charmer. That'll be kind of cute. Even if I put him in one of my sequin cubbies or something. I amuse myself too much with stupid things, but anyway, that's my scrap snake. Yeah. So I'm going to work on him a little bit tonight because my little tiny balls, especially thanks to this project, are getting out of control. Like I have a black right now that's just like this. And when I was pulling him out, I realized I had been saving a few for it. I have like some maroon scraps that are just tiny that need to go on there. But yeah, that's been my day. So, let's talk about my square since we've been talking about my squares. Today's square, I really do think, I'm tooting my own horn a little bit just because I'm so tickled by this. Okay, so my squares today are inspired by the Snowball Dustin, which is Dustin at the Snowball Dance from season 2, when Elle came back and Mike got to ask her to the Snowball Dance, and like Hopper let her go, and remember the adults were standing, Hopper and Joyce were standing around outside nervously watching the kids and everything at the Snowball Dance, and Steve came to check, drop Dustin off and see him inside and check on Nancy through the doorway and all that stuff. And the kids were dressed up, and Dustin here was dressed up to the nines. He had his little hair done, and he has little sharp blue tuxedo on and everything, and taking Steve's advice with his curls and everything. And he just looks so adorable, and I don't know, Dustin was so cute. So for the square, I had to do the teal jacket and the that aqua shirt, right? But I also decided to do the bow tie. I felt like doing that. I know it's just the granny square, but I felt like I was so clever. You guys probably are like, she really did a build up for that. Wah, wah, wah. I'm amused by it, and that's really all that matters, I suppose. But yes, originally I had tried, because I thought I would do the spikes down here, the teal, like it's the jacket covering the lighter shirt, but that really didn't work out very well, just because I had the teal shirt color around the bow tie, then the spikes kind of grab onto that, so it was only like half of the spike, and it looked a little odd. I didn't like it, so we revamped it. And then I did have this outer layer, dark blue, and that didn't look good either. So in my opinion, I didn't like it. So this is what we came up with. But honestly, the little bow tie in the center just tickles me. And all I did was change color, like the back kind of shows it off too. I just changed color of the granny square center, if you can't tell now. Every other of the 4 posts is black, but I'm highly amused. I'm amused easily, if you can't tell. Anyway. And I did do 2 of them. I did 2 the same because they made me giggle. But yeah, I very much loved them. So there's Dustin's little bow tie. That honestly, like, as happy as I was to do the Rainbow Max yesterday, and I mean, I'm always happy when I do something with Dustin, involving Dustin, because he's my favorite kid. I love him so much. I didn't realize just how happy it would make me to do the Dustin snowball. This makes me really happy. I could do a Dustin blanket. Anyway, okay, I'm done. That highly amused me. I can't believe this is my last stack. like I'm starting because I moved the other stack into there. So I can't believe this is going to be my last stack, you guys. All right, let's draw for tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to draw anything here on out as amusing to me as that, though. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm going to try to find ways to amuse myself, but... All right. Let me know, by the way, before I do this. I just had this thought, but if you do anything, maybe not a snake or maybe not, but if you do anything like with your yarn ends or with your little teeny scrap balls, let me know what you do. Just kind of curious. I've been curious. That's why I came up with this. So would you please let me know what you do with your, like, maybe you just throw them out and like, that's okay. I was just curious what you do with either one of those things. Because some, you know, I just don't, I'm not saying I don't like to throw them away. I don't like to throw anything away. I'm not in that way. I just, if I can make something from it and find joy in that, which, I mean, how cool is that snake? You know, that snake is going to look pretty neat. Plus, it saves it from going into a landfill. You know, this is like, I know I'm prolonging showing you this. I mean, I haven't looked at it either, but I'm just talking now. But like, this is like, I don't know, quite a bit of stuff that would have went into a landfill. And by the time it's done, it's going to be a lot of stuff that would have went into a landfill. And it's a lot of little ends that I don't like the thought of like an animal eating all those little ends. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, you know. I've been on a really big kick lately thinking about stuff like that. So I'm petting the snake. There's something seriously wrong with me at 4 a.m, you guys. Anyway, yeah, let me know if there is any kind of, well, like I said, you can let me know if you throw it, like if you just throw it away and that's your answer to it, that's cool. That is cool. But if there's anything you do with your teensy little balls that there's nothing else that seems like can be done with it, or I mean, maybe you just work them all into like a scrap blanket or something, or the ends that you clip, do you just throw them away, or do you use them to stuff things? Or let me know what you do with it. I saw somebody that like took them, especially their acrylic ends, they took them and laid them all out and they ironed them, so they made this big sheet, and then they cut that into like shape, like a heart shape or something, so they could make like art with it. And that's cool. I don't know how many people would appreciate receiving that art. And then there's still all the scraps from that, which I guess ironed into a big sheet would be less harmful to animals. I don't know. This gets rid of all of it though. Like uses all of it. Anyway. Okay. Let's look. Okay. That's weird. I was going to say I'm going to redraw, but I'm not going to redraw. It's just weird that it followed Snowball Dustin, because I got season 4 Dustin. And right now, I can't even picture what outfit like he's really known for. I'll put a picture up right here. So, I mean, by the time I edit this, we'll all know. But I can't really talk about it because I can't think of what outfit he's got going on. What's he rocking in season 4? Did you guys remember before I put the picture up? I remember the battle scene with, you know, when he went with Eddie and he had his armor, like his armor on when they geared up, but that's where he's got the thinking cap on. Like the light blue. He's got the Hellfire shirt on for a while. He's got that Hawaiian looking shirt over it, right? I guess it's a mystery. We'll have to find out together. it's interesting that that came up right after Snowball Dustin. Like the world wants me to, the universe wants me to go with Dustin right now. Anyway. All right. On that note, I'm going to go look up which picture I'm going to use for you guys. And yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. All right. Y'all, where do y'all come from? All right. I'll talk to you soon. I love you guys. Bye.